Now, sir, it is visible. The presentation is visible.
Okay, sir. So, today's presentation is basically the biodiversity loss and climate change in relation to Western Himalaya, as you have mentioned it to me that my focus is mainly on the Western Himalayan forest. So under this, I will talk a little bit on mountain systems and then classification of Himalaya forests along the altitudinal gradient and then specific genus in the Himalayan region and then orchids, medicinal plants and then the threats to biodiversity. So, under this, basically, as we all know that the mountains basically they are unique in their geographical setting and they talk to 24% of the surface. Uh, and at the same time, considerable human population resides in this. One in every 10 people resides in the mountains. And at the same time, the mountains, they are culturally diverse, storehouse of traditional knowledge. Uh, then the mountains are basically underdeveloped. Nearly 80% of the population is under poverty line, and the mountains are also the origin of major rivers. So, as you know that Himalaya is also known as the water third on the earth. And as you know that at the same time, Kailash Mansarovar, uh, four different rivers, they originate from this particular point. Uh, on the west, it is Indus, uh, then it is Satluj in the Himachal Pradesh, and then it is in the western part of Nepal that is known as West Karnali, and then in the eastern part it is towards Tibetan Autonomous Region, Sonpo, and then finally the known as Brahmaputra in India. And at the same time, the mountains are very, very rich and having unique biodiversity. So there are center of endemic biodiversity also in the region. And at the same time, the mountains they are on the edge uh, due to climatic sensitivity, geographical vulnerability, geographical isolation, and then at the same time economical marginality. So because of these things, the out migration and over exploitation is happening in the mountain system. So as we see that India is a mega biodiversity country, which covers almost 2.4% of the Earth's surface, and home to almost 8% of the biological diversity. Due to its diverse condition, tropical to temperate, desert to warm, wettest point of the Earth, coastline, highest mountain peaks, among largest extent of mangrove forests, vast alluvial plains, and diverse island ecosystems and marine life. So it harbours almost 137,000 species of wildlife. Uh, Mainly 34% plants and remaining the animals. And as we also know that when we talk about the forest types of India, so 34% of the area is mainly covered by tropical moist deciduous forest, which is mainly dominated by our teak, and the other one is about 30%, which is mainly dominated by sal, tropical dry deciduous forest. Coming to Himalaya, next. So, okay. So, slide, can you see the change in the slide?
Yes, sir. Now the second slide has come.
Okay. So, this this India map, actually you can see that the western extension of the Himalaya is known as Baluchistan, and at the same time, Himalaya is almost 3,000 kilometer, and which is almost 2 to 300 kilometer wide from south to India. And at the same time, the eastern part of the Himalaya is known as Burmese, and the western extension of that Burmese is Khasi Garo Jaintia Hills. And in the southern portion, we are having Western Ghats, which is a continuous mountain chain, whereas in the Eastern Ghats, we are having fragmented mountains. And in between, we are having Deccan Plateau, and you can see that the pink color one, which is basically the Aravallis, those the Aravallis are reaching up to Delhi Asola Bhatti Wildlife Sanctuary. So, we, you know that the Kalidas, he had mentioned about the Himalaya that it is a measuring rod, and so at the same time, the Himalayas basically they are youngest, highest, fragile, and the complex interplay of all these things, which leads to the climate and geology. Complex transition from east to west, south to north, and low to high altitude. Basically, the conglomeration of topographic and climatic regimes. So, So forests are basically there are factors which are responsible for the distribution of forests, such as their geographic location, climate, basically like temperature and rainfall, soil, altitude, topography. Topography, which includes aspect and slope. Then socioeconomic condition. Basically, socioeconomic condition means that the biotic pressure at and around that particular forest. And then the part management of the forest. So here it is basically the geographic division of the Himalayas, which was given by Ramsey in 1964. He has divided Himalaya from south to east. Trial is basically the foothills, and Bhavar is basically foothills are basically combination of Tarai and Bhavar. The lower side Tarai means that basically the water table is high. However, the tables there in the water table is very deep. And then the Shivaliks. After Himalayas, the lesser Himalaya, the outer Himalaya, then the greater Himalaya, and then the trans Himalaya. And longitudinally also they vary. So then next one is related with the geological division, which is given, the classification was given by Valia and Bhatia in 1980. And what they did that the Shivaliks, they are separated out from the lesser Himalaya because of this main boundary thrust, it passes in between, and then the greater Himalaya and the lesser Himalaya, the central Himalayan thrust MCT is there. And then there are not many local faults and features are there. And then the third classification, here I see, you can see that the up to subject lodge actually, as per the ranks, the on the western side, it is West India. From Sutlands to up to this Gandaki river in Nepal, that is basically the central Himalayan region. And then from Gandaki towards east, it is basically they have said that it is eastern Himalaya. So in the central Himalaya, which is also followed by Singh and Singh, SP Singh and GS Singh in their Forests of Himalaya book. Basically, they have considered Uttarakhand as in the central Himalaya. In 1988, this classification, biographic classification, was given by Roger and Ford. It is basically based on the floral and faunal components. And they have divided India into 10 hydrographic zones and then 26 different provinces. And here you can see that in the lower one, the one A will be basically these are Trans Himalaya, Ladakh and Tibetan Plateau. And the two is basically the Northeast Himalaya. And 2B is our Uttarakhand Himalaya. So largely I will tackle this 2B region. And in Sikkim you can see that one B, which is Trans Himalaya Plateau. So we have in Himachal only we are having the Eastern Himalaya. There is no such Trans Himalaya. But there are some few areas where the elements of Trans Himalaya are also present. Indian region. So Indian Himalayan region is basically in that we are considering north east states also. So altogether we are having 12 different states which represents the Indian Himalayan region. So, I will start from the foothills. So, from the foothills, if we start, so we are having the wetlands. Basically, these wetlands are near our Gangetic plains. This is the slide from Bangladesh, which is almost 25 kilometers into Haridwar, in which and it is basically 25 kilometer long, but at the same time, the 9-kilometer area forms the wetland. And the wetland is mainly dominated by tall grasses and various weeds like Itonia, and then your hypomia, all those kind of things. But at the same time, these weeds they create a problem for the food elements like fish, turtles. So here, in one of the plants, uh, on the right, you can see that these are the faces, and these are basically 14 different kind of fishes in one of the catch of fishermen. And on the left side, you can see that the degradation of these kind of wetlands are just because of the migratory herders like boogers. So they take their buffaloes all along, and at the same time, due to their the oxygen demand is very less at this particular point, so which is a problematic, creates a problem for the water animals. And on the other right side, you can see that the Econia species is being taken out from the wetland area. Then after this, as soon as we enter into the foothill areas, so foothill area on the top left, you can see that the sand forest. So sulfur is basically on the plain, we are having pure salt, but on the hilly slopes, we are having different kind of species associates of salt. And in Rajati, we are having um, Armenias three different species of terminalias, then anobisus, all these, they are the associates of salt. So, at the same time, the sun, the south facing slopes, they are less moist, and at the same time, the number of animals or the animal species are more in the south facing slopes as compared to north facing slopes. As soon as you cross the Himalayas and you reach on the northern side, they are having more moisture. Due to more moisture, the species diversity is not that much in that. On the right side, you can see that there is another species which forms a forest living courses in the Himalayan region, which is known as Ulmus nepalensis. So here you can see that the local people, wherever they have seen that the gentle slopes are there, they burn the area. After burning the area, they are making terraces over there. As you know that riverine areas are prone to erosion and erosion. So it has the to fix the nitrogen. Actually, in the roots of this Ulmus nepalensis, bacteria uh, they form they form the nitrogen in the soil, and then the productivity of the soil is higher. Then after that, on the left below, you can see that while going to Yamunotri, on the other side, we are having another deciduous species like Hippodis salicifolia. You might have heard of it, maybe. So this is Hippophilae. Again, it also fixes the nitrogen, and these two species, they are the pioneers. But on the right, uh, we, we are having, sometimes we are having in the higher Himalayas the small rivulets. So they take away the soil and only the rivers are there. So in these kind of habitats, basically the Ulmus nepalensis, basically the Aesculus indica and Juglans regia, they form the forest. We have seen this, which forms a very extensive forest, starting from 1,200-meter altitude and goes up to 2,300-meter altitude in the south-facing slopes. So, as I said that 1,200 to 2,300-meter altitude, if you see that Himalayan villages, they are mainly uh, located in this particular belt. And as you might have heard also that nowadays the summer is going in these kind of forests. So this is basically the business of survey. Uh, and you can see that the ground is totally barren, but at the same time, when you compare it with the old forest, here you can see that on the right side, I think Dr. Jamal might be knowing this particular place. This is Kilbari area. So on the you can see that here on the east facing slopes where the Ligophyrophora, the lowermost oak, it forms the forest and it goes up to the on the south facing slopes. We are having minus rocks for that. So here, basically, the habitat it plays a major role in the distribution of the species. And in the foreground, we are having minus rocks brigade, and in between the dark black color forest, it is Quercus laniginosa, the other oak, which is on mainly on the drier sides. And on the lower side, left, you can see that the cheer pine on the left side. Actually, here the rocks, basically this entire area is full of quartz. So there, the dinosaurs were there, it forms the forest. But in between, there is a nala kind of thing. And on the right side, it is same. But the line is different. So here also lots of components like multi-area, litsia, all these elements, they form the forest. And the going to Gangotri, you can see that in the Mars region, there comes the forest. And as soon as you move to from Gangotri to Green area, you will have another minus, minus Valiciana, blue pine, which forms the forest in the high Himalayas, which is on little on a drier
Hello. Hello. Hello, Adhikari, sir, you are not audible. Hello. Yes, sir, yes. Sir, am I audible to you? Hello, sir. Adhikari, sir, you are not audible.
Hello. Now I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you are back, sir. Yes.
Okay. I was talking about this.
Adhikari, sir, now you are
Now
not
I'm
audible.
audible?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Now
Okay. So I was talking about this particular slide. So here the rhododendrons basically are blooming in the month of March, and the light green leaves, you can the small trees actually you can see this is basically Texas Barata. When I was doing my research at the time, it was Texas Barata, then taxonomists they changed it. They said that it is Texas Barata subspecies Veliana. Now in the western part of Himalaya, it is Texas Condora. Okay. So it is a way we say where you can see. So inside this valley of flowers, this is just before about a kilometer ahead of before the gate of valley of flowers. So here you can see that. Next. So here you can see that this is the value of flowers. So value of flowers is basically 87.5 square kilometer area. It harbors almost 532 species of plants, of which 503 species are of angiosperm and others are gymnosperm and pterophytes. So here you can see that the lush green forest of Biodiversity is on the right side, and in the front you can see that the different kind of meadows are there, lower slopes, plateau, and granite slopes, and then moraine deposit also you can see, and then in that the row of Biodiversity we have seen. This is a photograph taken in 1994. Now after that I have not been to this particular place, but now I know that this particular area might have had a good forest of Biodiversity. Next. So there are few studies we have conducted in this Uttarakhand state. So this is the example from our Uttarakhand, basically the Gawal region. And on the right side, you can see that this was a study conducted in Kumaon, Himalayan region. So next. So here you can see that pattern of evergreen species. Evergreen one means basically the species which are having 1 year or about a year period leaf longevity. Like mostly the fibrous species. So you can see that based on the IBI value, where the IBI is more. So there in on the x-axis you can see the altitudinal variation. So where they are forming or where their concentration is more. So just because of these curves, you can see that where the dominance of the particular forest is. Evergreen two are basically the species which are having leaf longevity of about 1 year plus. Basically the conifers. And at the same time I was talking about this Biodiversity, they are having leaf longevity of 5 to 6 years old leaves you can see in the areas. Whereas the deciduous species in the last lower you can see that the unless species is dominated, and then in between Asclepias and on the higher side you can see that Bitumna species. So based on what this global study, what we found that the density and total basal area declines at 3100 meter altitude, and at that particular altitude, the mean temperature is 9.1 degrees centigrade. Biomass productivity and default declines at 34.2. The study which we have conducted in Kumaon, Himalaya, basically in this we have found that the density, biomass productivity all they declined at 2400 meter altitude, and at the same time the mean temperature was 4.6, and the total basal area declines at 2800 meter. Later fall declines at 2700 meter. But combining both the Kumaon and the Gawal region, because we see in Kumaon region the moisture is more as compared to the Gawal region. So combining both at a regional scale, density declines at 2750 meter altitude, basal area declines at 2650 meter altitude, biomass productivity and later fall declines at 3050 meter altitude. So this was the finding. This was next. And here after as I have shown that alpine meadows and all these things. So now after this we are entering into the Trans Himalayan region. So Trans Himalayan basically here you can see that after Gangotri towards Gangotri you can see the lower slide. You can see the lower slide that it is a lot of rocks are there, and at the same time the patches of fertilized are there. On the upper slide you can see the promote of rhododendron alpine meadow along with the alpine meadow. Next. So here see as I was talking about these western Himalayan forests, similarly on the eastern Himalaya now we are having on the left of Sugarmosa, which is also found in a small area of Himalaya district in Uttarakhand, but throughout the Nepal is there and in Bhutan and in Arunachal Pradesh it is found. On the right side you can see that there are another conifer like Srividyana, Pinus spinulosa, Pinus bhudanica. All they are forming, though these sites are from Bhutan, but at the same time on the eastern part there are other genus. Next. So here you can see that the difference in the western and eastern Himalaya. This is the picture from Bhutan. So in western Himalaya, if you see all in a village, all the houses they will be scattered, but in Bhutan all will be in one place. So they are disturbing only the small area. But whereas in western Himalaya, the disturbance is more as compared to eastern Himalaya. Next. So here you can see that the darkening, the national animal for Bhutan, and these are the first which I already shown. Next. So here this is a picture from Northern Biosphere Reserve. So from the top, basically inside it is too dark. So there are not many evergreen species. Means evergreen as I mentioned that which has the longevity of more than a year. They are forming the forest, and Northern Biosphere Reserve is also known as the for the endemic of citrus. Next. And as we know that the sitting cultivation also happened in the past in northeast, but at the same time now people have they understood that after 4 5 years if they go, so they will have to put a lot of effort. So now they have shifted to pineapple plantation, cashew plantation, rubber plantation, areca plantation, all those kind of plantations they have now adopted. Next. So then coming again to the Trans Himalayan side, here you can see that one is the Malari. Basically, this is just beyond Joseph area on the right side, and then the Niki Valley. So here you can see that as soon as we will enter into this, so these are basically the transitional area between the Greater Himalaya and the Trans Himalaya. So here we will have scattered trees of Deodar and Pinus Veliana, and in Niki Valley at least we are having because of moisture and all these things, less green forest of Deodar and Pinus Veliana. Whereas in Malari Valley it is now drier as compared to Niki, so we will have small strips over there. And on the right lower you can see that remnants of PCC bluish lakes over there. Next. So here now after this we are entering into this Trans Himalayan region. So here you can see that the small area basically almost 45 kilometer area where we have reported 213 species of harvest plants. But though you can see that and the species you can see all by side of this main slide. So here the blue color lake, this is basically the freshwater lake which is fed by two perennial inlets. But at the same time on the far end you can see that there is a British water lake. As you know that the British so the British water is there. So this freshwater lake feeds the British water lake over there. So though as I mentioned it is just looking like a scenic kind of thing, but at the same time it has different kind of landform units. So different kind of landform units I will just show you next. So here you can see next. Yeah. Can you see that the slide is moving?
Yes, the slide is moving.
Okay, so different kind of landscape units you can see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that case, but here it is not moving.
The slide is of landform units. Hello, sir. Adhikari, sir.
Yes.
Adhikari, sir. Sir,
Yes.
yes, you are not audible, sir.
Actually, I'm also waiting for this. Actually, here the connectivity is a problem.
Now you're audible, sir.
Yeah, I'm audible, but my slides are not visible.
But here, sir, your slides are moving.
Okay. Okay. So that's no? Now you can see the slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So
Different landscape forms.
yeah. So here you can see that rocky successfully design scripts are dominated by Kopi, Malika, Salix, all those kind of things. Sometimes we are having remnant patches of mineral also in the Trans-Himalayan region, all along the river, and at the same time mineralizing of these rivers, which forms the alpine moist or wet meadows. And in the lower side you can see that the marshy meadows are also there. But lower sites like Tasadas of Dentonia and livestock camping sites, which we can also get it in our Greater Himalaya. So here can you see this triangle?
Sir, again, your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking, sir.
Can you see this triangle over here? Hello.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, okay. So basically, this is not this is based on the moisture content, altitude, and different kind of microtopography and soil condition. We have just made this classification. We have classified the vegetation in such a way that as you move from marshy area to the sandy area, what kind of communities you will have. So and at the same time, if you move altitudinally also from the low side to the high side, so what kind of vegetation you will have. So here just I have shown this to you. But at the same time, time is less, otherwise I would have shown this to you. So here, why I am showing this particular map to you, as in the previous also I have mentioned 1A and 1B, but here you can see that 1C and 1D, this red color 1C. So this basically based on our studies in Trans-Himalayan region, we have seen that total as well as faunal components are found in this particular area. So we have added this particular class in Rogers and Powers classification. Similarly, as I mentioned, there are certain areas in Himachal also, so those has to be studied. Coming to this, the genus level diversity. So in the Himalayan region, if you see, there are more than 100 species of rhododendrons found in the world, of which 571 species in the China, basically more in southwestern China. Then coming to India, there are 111 species of rhododendrons. In Nepal, there are 37 species of rhododendrons, and in Bhutan, 46 species of rhododendrons. So here you can see that the rhododendron rautai and the Barbaris rautai, these are the two species we have. These are new to science which we have discovered from our study area. Then coming to another genus which is known as Sosulia or Brahmamal. So in Sosulia also, see as in the previous slide I mentioned that the maximum for rhododendron, the maximum diversity is more towards southwest China, then Arunachal Pradesh, then Bhutan, then Nepal, and Uttarakhand we are having 7 species of rhododendron, Himachal Pradesh we are having only 4 species, and in Jammu Kashmir we are having only 3 species. So towards moist region, the diversity of rhododendron is high, and towards west it is decreasing. Similarly, in case of Sosulia, in the western part, Sosulia, there are 62 species of Sosulia found in India, and in the world there are 400 species. Jammu and Kashmir, 41 species of Sosulias are there. In Sikkim, 33 species. In Uttarakhand, 30 species. Himachal Pradesh, 26 species, and Arunachal Pradesh, only 50 species. So towards dryness, the diversity is more of Sosulia as compared to rhododendron. Now coming to another species, which is known as Barbaris, and the people those who are using this iron, which is being made out of this Barbaris electrata. So here there are 55 species of Barbaris which is found in India. In the world there are 450 species. But at the same time, as I said, that 55 species in India, 51 in Himalayan region, and of that 30 species found in Uttarakhand. Coming to orchids, so orchids, as we know that there are 1200 odd species of orchids found in India. But in Uttarakhand, when we talk about this, there are 242 species of orchids, of which 122 species which are basically found in Gori Valley, which is near this Dolly area, and it is within a very small area. We can say that 15 square kilometer area, we are having 122 species, almost half of Uttarakhand's this thing. So and of which 29 species are being used as medicinal orchids. So at the same time, here you can see that the areas where the orchids are. So this is the portion of Gori Valley in Uttarakhand, and on the right side you can see that the ex-situ conservation as well as in-situ conservation we have done with the help of local community. So here these are basically we have created one NGO for these local community, and now wherever they found that the fallen orchids are there, so they are just taking them and restoring them in their original habitats, or otherwise they are putting them in a small area which is developed by forest department for the people those who are using the area. Then coming to medicinal plant, in terms of Indian context. So when we talk about this traditional healthcare system, which is rich and age-old heritage, who estimated that between 50,000 to 70,000 plants are duly used for medicinal purposes. More than 800 species are in use by indigenous or ethnic communities. And in the year, the international trade is of about $60 billion, and in India it is slightly higher, $1 billion. So when we talk about the Uttarakhand medicinal plant diversity, in 2004, Samant et al. They have published a book in which they have mentioned that 1,578 species of medicinal plants are there in the entire Himalayan region. But when I have collected the information from the published literature and all those things, what I found that there are 1,585 species which are being used for medicinal purposes by ethnic communities, local people. So of which you can see the distribution. Maximum are herbs 949, trees are 233, shrubs 245, like that. So here actually that time only I could mention, and here you can see that 12 orchids I have mentioned, but now recently we have published, and in the previous slide I mentioned 29 species of orchids are being used. So I have to correct it. Then based on see, as you know that we have got the state board in the year 2000 along with the Chhattisgarh. So then the chief minister of Uttarakhand was Sri Narendra Tiwari. So he and there in Chhattisgarh, Raman Singh, they were discussing about the herbal state. So both the states they have tried for the to get a level of herbal state. So Narendra Tiwari given the task to the forest corporation, and then forest corporation given the task to WI to quantify the availability of potentially important medicinal plants and generate special database and distribution of those medicinal plants. So they have given the task to WI, and what we did that we have started our journey from starting we have developed a rapid mapping exercise manual first. So in which the methodology which we have adopted is basically the sensor we did, and the strategy as I mentioned that the landform in the Trans-Himalayan similarly here the lower slopes, higher slopes, gentle slopes, aspect wise. So in all these, if half is there, its associates are different. So what kind of so that kind of strategy we did, and then within that we have seen that the trail or transit we have selected, the trail which is used by the local people that we have selected, and then we have laid the plots, and about the transit we have laid 20 plots in which we have found that we have observed that how many species of trees, shrubs, all the medicinal plants are coming, and then data we have collected and analyzed. So here you can see that this is basically on the right you can see that the dark blue line it is the Dolly region, and in the Dolly region also the upper portion is basically the Gomri, Govind Kasuyar, another national park, Valley flowers, and in between there is Raja national park from where we cannot collect the medicinal plants. So we have selected only this much of area which is green color. So we have put almost 582 such transects of 1 kilometer land, and we have found that there are 55 commercially important medicinal plants which can be extracted. For that we have developed conservation development and harvest plan. So for which we have identified 92 such blocks, and we have recommended them for conservation development or harvest. So here you can see that example this is for Texas Bahara. So here you can see that the dark green are basically the conservation plots or blocks, and then adjacent to it it is development where we can have some areas which we can develop as this restoring the medicinal plants, and then red color which are really somewhere in between. So from where we can extract the plants, and in the lower table you can see that the range or then the blocks which we have identified for conservation development or harvest. Here you can see that you might have heard also the Adhikari. Actually since last few years it is in limelight, and people they are mad after this. And you know that it is being collected from the high alpine regions. The entire villages in the Himalayan region, they are just moving towards the high side in the alpine meadows during this period only, when the snow is melting in those areas, and this particular fungus is growing on the moist lava. So, but at the same time, 10 to 12 years before it started from the Adhikari region, actually the trees used to come our Adhikari region, and then now I've seen that it is moving towards the Himalayas. So over the last 10 to 12 years, it is moving actually that is my observation, and the people they are collecting, and when the people they are collecting it, they are selling it in lakhs, 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs, like that to the people those who are broker. But when they go for this to the government agency, then the forest department has given only 50,000 rupees a kg for this. So the illegal trade is going on this kind of clearly, but at the same time, when the entire village is migrating up, they are discovering the habitat like anything. As I mentioned, the Muslia, Mona, all these things they are there. So they are getting fruit from there, and at the same time, due to trampling and all these things, the habitat is being degraded, and so these kind of things are happening over there. Then when we talk about the variability and all these things, so we have studied that the phenology of plants. So here you can see that this is the study which is getting written on our. So here you can see that the flower bud, how it has changes over the period. So all the information we have gathered, and then this is leaf bud. Then there is another study recently which we have completed. So here you can see that it is basically the comparison of 30 years data. In 30 years back, what happened? So 30 years back between 88 to 98, you can see that in the initial phase only growth, and then flowering phase you can see. Basically, but here you can see that in most of the plants actually the flowering took place very early. And here again you can see that the Himalayan and alpine. This is the recent study we did. So here you can see we have observed that the fruiting and senescence it has started in the month of May and June itself. Whereas in case of here you can see that the growth as well as the flowering. Here there are 14 species in a year. They are now started basically twice. They are completing their two seasons over here. One is once the flowering is happening in May, June, and another is happening in September. So there are 14 such species which we have found. So here you can see that this is the glacier, the glacier area. That how the glacier melting is taking place. So in 89 it was like this. You can see this top somewhere here. So in 2005 you can see that the entire body of this ice has melted, and it has gone almost 50 meters back. Here you can see that this is the area known as Valley. So here the entire patch of oak it has washed away. As you know that in 2013 there was this calamity happening in Tirana. Similarly in remote areas such kind of flooding takes place, and the vegetation is just washing away. Washed away from those kind of areas. As you might have also heard that the Himalayan is moving up. A lot of people they are now discussing this. But here you can see this is the photograph from the National Park. Basically the reason is that 15 years back, the snowfall it used to take place during the month of December, January, and February. But now it is starting from September, October, November, like that, and it goes up to even in May also. Last month we were in Niti Valley, so snow took place. So what happened that when we are having staggered snowing, the snow is melting immediately, and that water is also available to the plants. Whereas when the snowfall was taking only during for the 3 months time, so the melting it was taking a lot of time. So these seedlings or saplings they are not getting water actually to flourish. That was one of the reasons, and these are basically as people were saying that it is moving towards high side. No, it is not moving high side. It is literally moving. So that over the period I have seen. Now here in this photograph you can see that after this, where perpetual snow is there, after this there is no similar. You can see that the fertile trees and all these things are there. So once they will die, they will die. But at the same time, they will also then in that case, these minus Feliciana forest will move towards the high side. Whereas there is another reason also that this is the photograph on the road side. You can see that the migratory horses during summer season they make their huts and all these things. So you can see the forest gap and all those kind of things. So they destroy the timber actually. So just because of that also, the timber line is coming down. It is instead of moving up also, it is also coming down. So here you can see that this is again an example from Himalayan able side region. So on the top left, you can see that when I visited this area in 2004. So you can see that the area is something, and you can see a small patch over here, 2004 here, and then on the right top you can see a small township has been developed in that area. So basically, you just focus on this forest, especially forest. Here it is totally dark and not many individuals are there. But in the lower slide, you can count them actually. So that way the large is taking place in such a place where the plants they are growing the growth is very less. So now coming to threats. So the threats are like in sensitive ecosystems, like as we are having pristine habitats and all those kind of things where we are having marshes and all those kind of things. Now you can see on the left side the garbage and all those things are coming out. So we are not able to keep our rivers clean and all these things. Just because of that also the diversity is fauna diversity is also going down. At the same time the development activities like them. So they are not releasing the adequate water that is another region. The other thing is degradation of fragile ecosystems like chores, basically the Kala and all these things where the wild animals they feed on. The invasion of weeds it is happening, and at the same time the floods they are also taking place. People they are collecting water, so they are destroying the habitats like anything. And then fire, as you know, it is creating havoc basically in the area. And here you can see that at the same time grazing also. So actually it is long back this entire area was an open grassy field. But over the period what happened that the local herders they used to take their cattle high, and you can see these kind of things, and the birds actually they feed on they feed and then they will have dung over there. So people they put a pile of dung in one place. In those piles you can see down below rumex and some other weeds they are growing, and then after that finally in the other one you can see that the birds it is finally coming up. So that way it is reducing the habitat, and the breeding area is not having that much of pile species over there. Here also you can see that the lower degraded habitat, and these are the alpine meadows basically in protected area. In one of the degraded meadows in the National Park, we have 86 species within 205 meter area, 205 meter area I'm talking about, and which has almost 56 species of medicinal plants. So if you keep the area intact, then the plants will flourish like anything, and if you will not, then like as in case of Valley of Flowers, before 1984, the ban was not there, so people used to take their livestock over there, and as soon as the ban was imposed, the diversity has increased. But at the same time, now there is again people whosoever goes there, they will say that polygonum is spreading, polygonum is spreading. It is not that polygonum is spreading. Polygonum is spreading only in those areas, basically in those areas where the wild animals they feed and they are just going up. But at the same time, in those areas, the returning snowfall means that the snow slide is not happening. That's why the polygonum polystygium is not coming in those kind of areas. Polygonum polystygium is coming only all around the riverine areas or the areas where every year there is a slide of ice from the top, so that those areas are having less nutrients. So these are basically the polygonum species which are coming in those areas. Another one is exotic species. You can see that exotic species are being dispersed by these cattles, buffaloes, and here down below you can see that the area which is full of party and all these things. But at the same time, once the buffaloes have been relocated out from Rajasthan, as you might have heard about, and it started from 2008 and till 2008, some 900 odd families were relocated outside in Delhi area. Then immediately after that, we have conducted a study from 2004 to 2008 in those areas. We have found that once they were out, earlier those areas were full of second spontaneum and weeds like this. So now there are 36 species of grasses and not many species of herbs. More than 150 species we have recorded from that area. You can see that on the right side the lena, which is again though it is giving shelter to most of the birds, sometimes to the fawns of the animals, but at the same time it is also doing fire. They are burning like anything and destroying the habitat like anything. On the upper one you can see that Iponia and Iponia basically is all along these ones. Then look at extinction of the species sensitive. It is basically like Apollo butterfly, which is found in the alpine meadows. If alpine meadows are having, as I mentioned, that the people they are going to collect yasam or research scientists, so they are studying that to certain kind of butterflies, they will not be able to come for pollination and all those kind of things. And at the same time, I was talking about this spider. So spider basically in the event of climate change, as I mentioned that 26 species it feeds. In the event of climate change, if those species they are not in their particular habitat because it requires devices just to as a sector as well as you can say that a safe site. So if those plants will not be in the nearby area, then it has to either sit and it will sit only the area where the talus formation will be there. Otherwise, its population will be wiped out from the particular area. Similarly, the frogs and then this on the left side, the Himalayans, they are also facing a lot of problems in the alpine region. Then sometimes the disease outbreak, it is happening. It is an example from Himachal Pradesh where you can see that in spruce the leaf disease happen, and at the same time in conifers fire is also creates a problem. As in other forests, ground fire will be there, but in this conifers forest being resinous content in their leaves, the underground fire it will be there and it will be for lot many years and it will just burn the roots and the entire chunk of forest will dry out. And then agricultural biodiversity, we are losing out lot many species where we are going in the Himalayan region now. There are almost 10 11 species we are having very less production, or now people actually are having very small land holding in their area, so they are just for namesake or they are not going these kind of crops over there. Then again, it is not a problem in Greater Himalaya, it is also in the Trans Himalaya. You can see that the Trans Himalaya is again the same area, but here you can see that in front of tents, hummocks are there. These hummocks they form just because of when the ground is having very deep water, so they have to get the water from the deep. So their roots actually they will work in such a way that their roots will go down and by the time they will take means that soil will come up. So on the top these are the natural hummocks and these kind of habitats were used by the local community. And in the lower one you can see that a small township actually these travel agents they are forming over there. Now this in entire it is happening like this. So there should be some, and as they have put their tanks over here nearby that inlet is there which is filling that fresh water lake. So once they will take out water from that, so it will not feed to that lake and they will dry out. Now this is an example. Now you can see that the fire on the left side top you can see that and that in the alpine region, rhododendron from it is an example from Bhutan, but at the same time in India also in the island people they used to do this, they will put fire. Why they are putting fire? Just to increase the grazing area for their cattle. And in the right top you can see that the entire hillock actually they have debarked the tree. They have debarked the tree actually on the right. Very few houses are visible. So very nearby they will have an area where they can take their cattle. And on the upper side the grazing area is there. So that way they are increasing their grazing area. And here you can see wherever the forest gaps are there in between forest. Here you can see that the super forest they have gutted the trees and increasing the area. Similarly on the right on the left lower you can see that as I mentioned in Trans Himalaya this is the keystone species. You can see that I'm standing just behind. You can see the pipe of that. So these are basically the trunk partners they have collected for their food. So once they have collected this area from a large area, so that which is a habitat for Kiang and all those animals, so they will not use that area now. So that kind of problem is there. Now this is the example from our Nepal. This is next to our Adhikari. You can see that the light green patches in between. So and the up in the down below you can see that some cut trees are there. So these are basically the conifer trees which are being now they are making planks out of these and then on the yam bag they are sending into Kalapur, this towards China. So the forest people they are not knowing that it is happening in that region. So you can think of this is around 3,200 meters altitude. So as I'm beginning itself I mentioned that the growth is very less over there, but there now the devastation is taking place like this in the entire region. So this is all from my side, but at the same time in the finally in nutshell I would like to say that the research on climate change in the Western Himalayas advances the knowledge of the area's susceptibility and adaptability to climatic shifts, which influences planning efforts for adaptation as well as policy decisions. Effective research and implementation of mitigation and adaptation strategies for climate change necessitate collaboration between researchers, local population, government agencies, and other stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the very interesting and talk. And we really have emphasized about how climate change is affecting Himalayan biodiversity. And the expertise has taken has placed webinar. Now I invite Ms. Alina Sayara to ask the questions having asked by the participants. So the first questions we have from our participants focuses on how traditional ecological knowledge and modern science work together to address biodiversity loss and climate change in Western Himalayan forests.
Okay, so as it is related with the traditional healthcare system, so one of my students actually she has worked on ecological aspect, though she has worked in Ladakh region, but there, as we used to say that the Amchi system, which is prevalent in the area, but at the same time, shamanism is also there, and then Akhans, the Muslim traditional healers, they are known as Akhans. So all these three traditional systems she has studied, and at the same time, whatever the plants they are collecting from the wild. So what is the status in the wild? The ecological study she has done over there. So that way, as a question has been asked, we have correlated with the traditional healthcare system and at the same time the modern system. As nowadays, if anybody is having a fever, immediately they go for temple or some other because they want immediate thing rather than having going to the Vaidya or like this. So over the period, what we have found is that the traditional healthcare system is diminishing in Ladakh region. Similarly, it is in the Western Himalaya also. But at the same time, the other thing is that the Vaidyas they are not propagating down their knowledge. Either they are just promoting their own family member, or they are not at all telling that these kind of plants we are using for this particular disease.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, the next question is how effective are current conservation strategies in utilizing protected areas to conserve biodiversity across various landform units in the Western Himalayas?
See, it is as protected areas. So I can say that the protected area when I'm talking about is flowers and at the same time Nandari National Park area. So Nandari National Park area is having only 3 small meadows on plateaus, but at the same time they are holding large number of plants as compared to outside the protected area. Outside is open. As if you go to this Chota Tungna area is open for local people, and at the same time it is a business side also. So in the area we have found that in timber line and tree line we are having only, or in the line we are having only 132 species, whereas in protected area in Nandari or value flowers, large number of research plants are there, n number of plants are there. So the interesting thing is that if the person has gone to this Tungna region, our guide is Chandrasila Top. Chandrasila Top is 3,618 meters. People used to go there on the top to see a 360 view of the Himalaya, but while coming down, the entire meadow they are just taking shortcut. So the entire meadow has been now degraded. So that is the difference. And at the same time, as infestation is there, as in value flowers, as I mentioned, the polygon polystichum is there, but in Nandari National Park it is not there. If it is there, then it is only all along the riverine areas, all along the water channel areas. So that way, protected areas are having diversity.
Thank you, sir. Now, the next question is from Romisha Khan. The question is, what are the potential synergies and trade-offs between biodiversity conservation and economic development in the Western Himalayan region?
Yeah, so when we talk about this, basically, I will say that the traditional knowledge, very traditional knowledge, over exploitation of the resources, natural resources, habitat loss and degradation is there, and as due to climate change, I can say that invasive species infestation, the earlier parking used to be up to 2,200 meters, nowadays almost we can see up to 2,800 meters, so they are expanding. then lack of regulation of and sustainable harvesting of medicinal plants. See, I will just give you an example of this Adhikari syndrome, and at the same time this Adhikari. So it produces rhizome. So one is last year's rhizome and one is this year's rhizome. So as per the sustainability point of view, we have to harvest the last year's rhizome, but people they harvest both the rhizomes. So that is the reason. And then at the same time, limited awareness and capacity building also daily, and market dynamics actually changing. Actually, as I mentioned that so similar to this is gene engineering. So gene engineering means that means just like a frog, this farm, the rhizome is. Similarly, gene engineering is also having the same farm like structure of rhizome. So again, reason is that. So at the same time, that's why I'm talking about this market dynamics and how it is happening. And then just because of this and the Yahoo business technology, that secretive trade is also going on. I'm saying this.
Thank you, sir. Now, there is the last question asked by the Sayyid Uman Khan. So the question is, how do land use changes such as deforestation and agriculture